Hey everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. This video is my favorite melts of the year 2022 version. Um, yeah, can't believe it. We're in January of a brand new year. I have been into vendor wax and melting vendor wax for 2 years now. I can't believe it. 2 years. I started in January of 2021, and here we are in 2023. It's just amazing. But I wanted to do a compilation video of um, all of these scents I've talked about throughout 2022 in my empties videos, in my haul videos, in some way, shape, or form. But I know that I think it was Nicole Perry did a um, top 22 melts of 2022, which is cute. That's clever. I just can't, I don't really know how many scents I have in here, honestly, but these are ones that were just complete standouts to me. They were home runs. I would definitely repurchase every single one of these. These are all just incredible, and I wanted to talk about these. I started last year doing melts of the month, but I kind of, in the summertime, stopped. I always wanted to keep doing them, and I'm going to start doing them here in January and on throughout each month of this year. But I definitely wanted to get these together. So let's get started without further ado. I hope everyone is having a great Thursday. It'll be Friday by the time you see this. It's quarter till 10 at night here in Utah, but I wanted to get this done because I know that I have some other ones I want to film, and I wanted to get this one done first. So here we go. In no particular order, of course. These are all, like I said, these are all ones that just were spectacular to me. First one, Banana Bake by Kay's. This one, oh, I can still smell it in this package. This is banana nut bread, banana flambe, and zucchini bread. This is loaf worthy. This is as large as you can get it worthy, basically. I would even buy one of her rose loaves in this. I think that might, I don't know if she does the simple non-decorated loaves. I haven't bought a loaf from Kay before, but this, whoever came up with this creation, I think this was a customer creation. This is fan freaking tastic. The banana flambe gives it a little something extra that isn't just banana nut bread or zucchini bread, but this is phenomenal, and that's why it's kicking off my favorite melts of the year video. Next, Pumpkin Chunkin' from L3. This is pumpkin pecan waffles, roasted coffee, and Rice Krispie treats. Now, if you watch me, you know I love pumpkin pecan waffles and I love coffee. But really, why this made the cut into my favorite melts video is, I don't know how they made it so the Rice Krispie treats, that sticky marshmallow, that cereal quality, how it didn't drown in the pumpkin pecan waffles and the coffee especially. Coffee is a very strong oil. This I loved. This was a bat. It's in the Halloween time of year. This was a bat, and this is great. If you like coffee, it's a coffee scent, yes, but it also has the syrup from the pumpkin pecan waffles. It has that that pecan, that nut quality. It's got the creaminess from the Rice Krispie treats and the marshmallow, and it has that little bit of coffee, which I love. I adore this scent. That is fantastic. Next is Retail. This is salted caramel buttercream. I talked about this yesterday in my my part 2 of my fall empties video. This is Retail. This is Sensationals. This is part of the bakery line. And This is still available on the shelves right now. This is a 15 out of a 10. This is so strong. It blends well with all different categories. It's caramel. Caramel goes with everything. And it's a little extra sweet from that buttercream component in there. But this is fan-freaking-tastic again. I'll say that probably a lot in this video. But this just blew me away for $2 at Walmart or whatever it is now. I know it keeps fluctuating. This is great. I think I will buy more of this eventually in this year. This is really good. If you like caramel and you haven't had this yet, do yourself a favor and get it. It is sweet, yes, but you can easily melt this with something else to cut that sweetness down a little bit. I'm going to take my glasses off because you know why, if you watch me. Real life here, guys. Witch's Brew. I talked about this yesterday too. This is from Kay's. There's a little bit of a deeper, intimate connection with me with this scent, just because of what these notes make me feel like. I feel connected to the earth. I feel connected to the soil. You know, the earth. This is cedar wood, cinnamon, and patchouli. This is Yankee type. This is from their Halloween line. This is something special. And why I have this in here is it's something that most of you have never smelled before unless you have the Yankee candle. But even at that, I feel this smells a little bit different because I have it in my closet, my candle closet. I feel this is a little bit more of a soil, of a dirt aspect, but it plays so well with the patchouli and the cinnamon. This is truly a unique scent. And if you're interested in it, give it a try. I would buy this again in a minute. Definitely. So good. Next, L3. This was a matrix melt. This is Strawberry Jam Sweet 16. In Sweet 16, her description is very heavy, creamy bakery cake, and that is not a joke. This Sweet 16 is some of the heaviest, the richest, the densest. Densest, is that a word? Well, the most dense. I think it's not densest. That's not a word, Ashley. Man, most dense cake that you have ever smelled. This reminds me of a cousin of pink frosted cake because it has those same heavy bakery qualities. But then you had the extra pop of sweetness from the strawberry jam, that richness and that sweetness of the fruit of the strawberry. And this was spectacular. This is definitely multiple loaf worthy. Multiple loaf worthy. And oh, so good. So good. Next is that Smell Good Shop Blue Ribbon Waffles. And why this is on my favorites list is there's just something with this blue ribbon cookies. And I think I don't know if that's a single oil or if that's a special blend that Wendy has made for her business, or if this is multiple oils in one. I don't know, but it's damn good. This was long lasting. It just is an extra, it's pecan waffles is fantastic as it is, but just adding that extra pop of that cookie. This is creamy. This was long lasting. This makes you think of something really scrumptious, and I would buy this again. Absolutely. Next, this is Vintage Chic Scents. And if you know Kirby is retiring this year, or, you know, closing her business, however you want to word it. This is a scent that I know, at least myself, requested it in her Blossom Bar pre-order that it seems like everybody ordered from. This is Jackie O's Peanut Butter Zucchini Bread. And I have only been shopping with Vintage Chic for about a year. A friend introduced me to Vintage Chic around Halloween of 2021. And this was a scent that was in my very first order. I think this was actually poured November 4th, 2021. So when I and actually one of my very first videos on my channel was a vintage chic haul. And I made 2 orders back to back. So my first order of stuff came, and then I think I immediately went on and I ordered more, or she had a sale or something like that. I don't remember by now. But this is vanilla bean zucchini cake topped with whipped marshmallows and peanut butter drizzle. So her Jackie O is the vanilla bean cake with whipped marshmallows. But then this is the zucchini bread in it, and it has the peanut butter drizzle. And Kirby's peanut butter oil is fantastic. It is the best peanut butter oil that I have smelled in vendor wax, and I have a ton of wax. This is so good. I have a couple of loaves of this. I have a blossom bar coming of this. This is great. This was a ghost face, you know, her ghost face shape. It has that zucchini bread creaminess to it. Kirby's zucchini bread is creamy to my nose, but that little bit of peanut butter and a little bit of extra sweetness from the marshmallows. This is one of the best zucchini bread scents I have smelled ever. And that's saying a lot because I have a lot of zucchini bread scents. This is great, fantastic. I hope that is one that she will pour again at some point in this year. You know, some scents aren't coming back of hers. I hope that's one that does, because if you haven't tried it and you like peanut butter and you like zucchini bread, give it a try. It's great. It's really good. Next is a spiced oat milk Cafe Cubano. This is one of the best coffee scents I have ever smelled. You have the Cuban coffee and you have the spiced oat milk, which is just a little bit of spiciness. It's not hot cinnamon. I don't even know what spice it is, honestly. It doesn't smell like cinnamon to me, but it doesn't mean it's not cinnamon. I don't get that cinnamon quality from it. It smells more like nutmeg or allspice or something that has a little bit of a different quality to it. But this is this could be blended with anything. I was just talking about this one yesterday too. This could be blended with anything. This could be blended with zucchini bread, you know, for lack of a better one to think of right now. If this has a following, this sells out most times it's offered, and with good reason. I am partial to this. This was on my very first customs list with L3 in the spring of last year. Thanks to Lori Brown for introducing me to this, and it's been poured pretty regularly ever since springtime. You know, I think her and I both requested this on our list, our custom list. I went a little bit before Lori did, and this is here to stay, I think. This is a really great coffee scent. It's something you haven't smelled before. Next is Super Tarts Spread the Love. Zucchini bread again. There's a lot of zucchini bread in here, but also there's some that doesn't have it in it. Blackberry jam, zucchini bread, and toasted marshmallow. This one, oh, this is so good. I have a couple of backup clams of this, and I really even think I ordered a mini Bam or baby Bam. No, what's it called? A half Bam of this in the Wax Wednesday sale from Black Friday week, you know, a couple of months ago. This is phenomenal. That blackberry jam oil is so authentic. It's so spot on. It's got the perfect amount of sweetness, the perfect amount of that berry quality, and then the little bit of that creamy spiciness from the zucchini bread. This is spectacular. It's another one of the best zucchini bread scents I have smelled. Next, Psychiatric Ward from Sassy Girl Aroma. This is butter cookies with blackberry and strawberry jam, vanilla bean Noel, donuts, and zucchini bread. Now, what makes this one a little bit different in the zucchini department is there's enough of the berries, enough of the strawberry, enough of the blackberry, and even the butter cookies that this doesn't smell like an outright zucchini bread blend to me. This has it's fruity. It has, yes, it has bakery because it does have the cookies and it does have the zucchini bread and the donuts, but it's got enough sweetness in it from the combination of the vanilla bean Noel and the fruits that this is just I don't have any more of this. I'm out of this guy, and I don't want to be without this, but I'm going to have to wait until it comes back, you know, whenever it comes back, because this is one of the best fruity smells I have smelled. Fruity bakery I've smelled, I should say. Oh, so good. I will have to buy more of that. Let's see. Next. Okay, this is Vintage Chic. This is another zucchini bread blend. This is Nuts About You. This is pumpkin pecan brittle, not pecan brittle, pumpkin peanut brittle and zucchini bread. And why I wanted to talk about this is, this was a little pack. I bought a Halloween mystery bag last year, and this was a bag of snowflakes that I broke most of them in two and got a couple of extra melts out of them. But this combination of pumpkin peanut brittle and zucchini bread, it takes away that outright spicy and that unmistakable, like the spice profile of zucchini bread, and this makes it something that is just scrumptious. It isn't, I mean, yes, it has a peanut quality to it, but it's not pumpkin peanut brittle. If you've smelled that on its own, you know, whether it be in wax or from Bath and Body Works in their candle, it's a very salty, peanut, rich, it has a lot of depth to it. These two mixed together, I really, really like this combination, and I would buy this again if Kirby offers it, because this is a really nice, it's a different take on zucchini bread peanut scent. That's about all I can say about that one. Next is L3. This would probably smell for 50 years if I left this plastic container. This is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Mountain Dew, blue raspberry, and cherry icy. And I know cherry is scary, but not to me. I love cherry scents. And this, you know, this is, you know, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Keanu Reeves, and I don't know the other dude's name, but this is convenience store, basically. Mountain Dew. I don't particularly like Mountain Dew in my life, and I don't like the flavor of it, but I love blue raspberry and I love cherry. This is such a strong fruity blend. It has a perfect balance of blue raspberry and a perfect balance of cherry. And I'm sure there's the citrus in their mix a little bit, but I'm not outright smelling citrusy, that Mountain Dew. I'm smelling the cherry and the blue raspberry. And I know there was a time, either last spring or even in 2021, where this sold out almost immediately, and I don't know if it's available on the site right now. L3 has a sale on the 6th, which is either, you know, tomorrow if you're watching this tonight, or today if you're watching this on Friday, which that's probably what's going to happen. But I don't know if this is available in any form because I haven't been looking for it. I'm trying to use what I have, kind of a thing. But if you like fruity, outright punch in the face, if you like cherry, give this a try if you haven't. That would be right up your alley. Next, this is Kay's version of pumpkin pecan waffles. And I threw this in here because it's a classic. It's always going to be here. It's one of the best fall sellers in probably, you know, Bath and Body Works, where it came from, or in the vendor wax world. This is vanilla pumpkin waffles, brown sugar, pecans, and cream. I mean, if you've smelled this, you know what it smells like. It's the maple, the richness of the pecans. You have the creaminess from the waffles. And you have that syrupy quality. Fantastic. I love it. Okay, these are some scents that I haven't talked about in a while. I did my fall empty video yesterday, and I put my favorites from there, and it was right on top of the bag. There's still a couple in here mixed, but some of these will be a little bit different. Brita's The Exorcist. This is patchouli, Palo Santo, and vanilla bean marshmallow. Now, this is one of her most famous blends, and I've only bought from Brita's a few times. And this was my favorite scent that I've smelled from the handful of souffles that I've purchased from her. And this, if you don't like patchouli, and I can't smell it in here anymore. It's been a while since I finished this. If you don't like patchouli and you don't really like Palo Santo, I don't know how she balanced these together, but it doesn't really smell like patchouli and it doesn't really smell like Palo Santo. It's something that I cannot describe, and I think most people can't describe this. That being said, when it's warmed up, I can kind of get a little bit of Palo Santo out of it, but it's not outright, you know, exactly what that smells like if you say you're melting it by itself. The vanilla bean marshmallows adds a little extra bit of sweetness to take it out of the earthy department. But this is so unique, and it's well loved for a reason. It will make you like patchouli. It'll make you like Palo Santo if you don't like them, you know, independently. That's all I can say about this, because it's really tough to describe some of these ones that are so complex and unique. Next, this is Dessa's Homespun Scents Pirate Voyage. I love this one so much. It's being offered in her pre-order on the 14th. I will be buying this. Trust me. This is a house blend. Pirates of the Caribbean inspired. Sea spray, aged wood, cannon smoke, and musty water from the Main Street Memories collection. That's her Disney-inspired line. If you've ever been to an amusement park, you know, like not the fair, but an amusement park that's stationary, this smells like an indoor water ride. And where I grew up near Pittsburgh, there is an amusement park, and this reminds me of the ride that used to be right at the front gates. It was called the Old Mill, and I don't know if it came back, or I haven't been there I haven't been to Kennywood for a long time, but it seems like growing up, that's where all field trips went, and you know, you at least went there once or twice in the summertime. It smells like indoor water park. I've been to Disney World in Florida twice, and I've been on this ride, this Pirates of the Caribbean ride. And it smells, because, you know, you have pirates, they're fighting. It's, you know, if you've seen the Pirates movies with Johnny Depp, you know, it's like that, but on a way smaller scale. You have the fighting inside, you have the fire going, you have cannons going off, and it all takes on a nostalgic quality. If you've ever smelled indoor water, like indoor water ride, that musty, that woodsy, that wet wood smell. And it doesn't smell like mildew, it doesn't smell like mold. It's just, it has that nostalgic smell to it, I guess. This does have a little bit of saltiness to it, because it does have water. It does have that sea spray. It's trying to make you feel like you're in an oceanic place, I guess. This is unique. It is well loved for a reason, and it is something you just probably should try once if you think you can like these scents together. I love that one. That one's probably, I'm probably going to buy that in a loaf, because I love it so much. It's so good. Cafe Cubano, I talked about this already, so we don't have to talk about that again. Pineapple Exotic Coconut by L3. I love Exotic Coconut. It is one of my favorite Bath & Body Works scents. It hasn't been out of the vault in a long time. It's tropical, but it has a warmth to it. I don't know if there's anybody out there that has tried Exotic Coconut. I'm sure there are many of you that have. But when I would put the lotion and cream on my body, I had this warming sensation come over my body. And I don't know if that is if it was me reacting to something in the cream, or if they really designed that to make you feel like, ooh, this is a little tropical, this is a little different. But I love the hell out of exotic coconut. So when I saw that different vendors have exotic coconut, I thought, yes, I can get that smell again. Even if it's not body care, I can still have that smell again. So when I see that this is offered in the summertime, I mean, Jen will pour anything anytime, I think. But I think this comes around a little bit more in the summer. Mixing it with pineapple, it takes on a pina colada quality. But it's not like a pina colada drink, like that has the coconut cream in it and the sugar and the pineapple juice. It's not sweet. This is tropical. This is juicy pineapple. It reminds me of body care, because that's what I think of about when I think of exotic coconut. But this is so strong. I have had this mixed with Coppertone. Coppertone is one of the strongest oils out there. They play with each other very, very well. They have some of the same notes to it, so they all kind of become pretty cohesive. But this is one of my favorite tropical scents ever. It always will be, because it's so simple. It's coconut and pineapple, but it's so good. Chestnuts and brown sugar from Dessa's. And why I picked this one is I love chestnuts. Chestnut isn't used very much, but I see it's sneaking in there a little bit here and there with some vendors. This is roasted chestnuts, buttery caramel sauce, and brown sugar. This was very, very good. I melted this downstairs in my kitchen. It's kind of it has a little bit of a bakery feel to it, but it has the nuttiness from the chestnuts. It has the caramel, that butteriness, just like she says, buttery caramel, and it has that sweetness that takes on it's caramelization, the brown sugar, the caramel. I mean, I'm going in circles because it's so good. I can't describe it any other way but that. This is it's a warm scent. I would melt this in the cold weather time. This is a warm, it makes you feel warm and cozy. Koopa Claus Needs a Latte, Rose Girls. This has to be on my list because it's zucchini bread and espresso and Gilligan's Brew and sugar cookies. Royal sugar cookies. So this one here is a perfect marriage of coffee and zucchini bread and Gilligan's Brew, which is, I'm pretty sure it's coconut milk and cream. I think that's what it is. It might have something else in there. And her sugar cookies. This is fantastic. I have a bag in my tote I'm working out of right now, and I have another backup bag or two, I can't remember, but this is a really good scent. When this comes around this year, whether Jenny pours it in the middle of the summer or she pours it only at Christmas time when the Marios are offered, try this if you haven't. It's bakery coffee, but it's got a little bit of extra creaminess to it because it has those cookies and it has the Gilligan's Brew. Witches Be Crazy for Zucchini Bread from Teddy Bees. I love Teddy Bees. And yes, Witches Be Crazy is my favorite scent I have smelled in any wax ever. It's the perfect scent to me. It performs like crazy in my home. And it is the, well, believe it or not, this label is printed wrong because Witches Be Crazy for Zucchini Bread is not a summer beverage consisting of orange, cherry, and grapefruit. So I think, Tiffany, this was one that she had a label misprint earlier this year. But Witches Be Crazy is birthday cake, and I think it's sugar cookie dough, a little bit of spiced cinnamon vanilla, and pecan waffles, and there's one other note in there, but it is fantastic, fan-freaking-tastic. And mix it with zucchini bread. It takes on a little bit of an extra identity when you add that spice complex of the zucchini bread in with that little itty bit of spiciness that is in the Witches Be Crazy. This is fantastic. I hope this is offered again because I would buy that. I try to buy every Witches Be Crazy blend just because I adore it, but the last pre-order I didn't get a couple of the blends because I was trying to be good, but that doesn't work all the time. Kettle Corn Country Candle. This is owned by Kringle. This is one of the most authentic kettle corn scents I have smelled. Now this doesn't smell like caramel corn, but it's got a little bit of caramelization, a little bit of that burnt brown sugar scent going on in here. But I smell the saltiness, I smell the little bit of butteriness that this has. This is one I would buy again. I would even buy this in a candle if they have it. That is fantastic. Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, Bourbon Butterscotch. Yeah. L3. This was one of my requests, and I wanted to have the bourbon and the butterscotch mixed in with the pumpkin pecan waffles because butterscotch is so good. It's you know, sweet and sticky and buttery and ooey gooey warm, and it just accents those wonderful notes that are already in pumpkin pecan waffles. That's a great blend. Next is IHOP. This is Sassy Girl Aroma. This is probably, for me, top 3 favorite scents from Sassy Girl Aroma. This is pumpkin pecan waffles, maple syrup, brown sugar, caramel, and coffee. And if you haven't smelled IHOP and you like all of these notes together, next time it's offered, buy a brittle or a muffin or whatever it's offered in, because it is one of the most perfect coffee pumpkin pecan waffle scents because it's balanced so perfectly. It isn't too much coffee, it's not too much caramel, it's not too much of this, it's not too much of that. It's perfectly balanced. This is perfection. It's right up there next to Witches Be Crazy for me. IHOP is it, and it's fantastic. So good. Another one of my favorite Sassy Girl scents is Brandy's Pistachio. This is birthday cake, zucchini bread, and pistachio pudding cake. I love pistachio. And I haven't talked about pistachio yet in this group, but I love pistachio. Pistachio does not smell like cherry to me. I get almond when I smell pistachio. And I know some of you out there smell cherry, and that's fine. I can understand how you have it because how you get that, because they have a lot of the same qualities and a lot of the same, it's very similar to our brains, you know, almond and cherry. That's why Jergens has almond and cherry lotion for 1,000 years. It seems like they complement each other very, very, very well. But this, I will say, this doesn't last the longest. It seems like you have that really strong punch of pistachio going on, and it's really sharp in the beginning. But then as this is warmed up for probably 45 minutes or so, it smooths down and it gets very creamy and very almond-like, even just really rich almonds, like the nuts, obviously. This is one of my favorites. I have this in a loaf. I have a couple of extra brittles. I love this. This is really good. If you like pistachio, give that one a try. Pink Frosted Cake. Oh man. Pink Frosted Cake. I am openly obsessed with it. I love it. I know that's crazy. Call me crazy. That's fine. We're all crazy in some form. I'm all up in my feelings when I smell pink frosted cake. It is dense, it's rich, it's heavy. It's yellow cake with strawberry buttercream frosting. It is so spectacular. It's an immaculate blender. I had it going with espresso last week, and it was so fantastic. I just wanted to sit there and just do nothing but smell that. I mean, call me crazy, really. Does anybody else do that? When you're in love with the scent so much, you can't get enough of it. You just want to bathe in it. It's fantastic. You can blend it with fruit, with coffee, with zucchini bread, today is October 3rd. You name it. Give it a try. My mother even likes pink frosted cake. I had this going when she was over later this past summer, and she said, "Man, that smells good. What is that?" And that kind of got me into buying different pink frosted cake blends. It's fantastic. I can't get enough. Zucchini bread blueberry. I know I have a lot of zucchini bread, but they're very, they're different zucchini bread blends. Zucchini bread goes so well with fruit. Strawberry, blueberry, blackberry, boysenberry, elderberry, cranberry, apple cinnamon, buttermint. Zucchini bread blends with a lot of stuff. Jen has a beautiful recipe for this blueberry zucchini bread. It's fantastic. I'll have to request that in a little while and have some more of it on hand, because I don't have any. In fact, I could even use a plain loaf of zucchini bread. I don't have that either. Snoozy melts. Aw, damn. Snoozy melts. Barrett's Wax Crafts. Josh Barrett from Colorado. He had a business. It was, closed before I was into vendor wax. And he recently reopened it this last year. And Snoozy Melts is his best-selling blend. He has a ton of different blends he makes with it, but this is the original Snoozy Melts. It's a special type of lavender that only he can get, I guess, made for him. And I think it's mixed with some sort of whipped vanilla, and there might be one other thing in here. I don't know if it's peppermint. There's three components to this Snoozy Melts. This is fantastic. I will always have this in some form because it's so stinking good. And there was a collaboration with Cosmic Cleanse, the body company, this past year, with some of Josh's blends. Lori's blend, which I think is cotton candy and Snoozy Melts, and then just plain Snoozy Melts and a couple of others. I bought a couple of creams in Snoozy Melts. I love this scent. I would love to wear it on my body. I love to have it going in my home. This is great. If you haven't tried this one and you want to see what all the hype is about, next time he has a pre-order and offers it, give it a try. I have a feeling that he probably won't have a pre-order without that being offered, because that's his famous scent. Pumpkin pecan waffles, vanilla ice cream, amaretto. I talked about this yesterday in depth. This is actually being offered in the January 6th. That's tomorrow, right? Yeah, January 6th. L3 pre-order, not pre-order, the sale. Sorry, it's getting late here, guys. I'm getting a little tired. This is being offered tomorrow. I don't remember what form it's in, but if you like amaretto is so strong, and it kind of overtakes this blend. Yes, you can get a little bit of the pumpkin pecan waffles, but this is mostly amaretto, and I love it. It's so good. I love it. It's strong. It's almondy. I used to be able to get amaretto pumpkin. Man, see, I told you I'm getting a little tired. I used to be able to get amaretto coffee creamer out here from International Coffee Delight or even Coffee Mate, but I haven't been able to find amaretto creamer, and it saddens me because that was my absolute favorite. So it's a no-brainer for me to buy amaretto scents. I just love it. Pistachio zucchini waffle cone, Sassy Girl aroma. This is pistachio, marshmallow, zucchini, and vanilla waffle cone. So good. This has a little bit of extra. It's not just, yes, it has pistachio in it, but it's got extra creaminess and warmth from that sugar cone and that waffle cone. I mean, waffle cone is so good. I love it. It's another versatile blender. You can blend it with anything. And that zucchini bread, marshmallow, that sweetness, that creaminess, the spiciness. This is a wonderful blend. I should have bought more of that. I think I only have one more muffin. Next, Watermelon Spin Cycle. This is one of the best laundry scents I have smelled. Watermelon plays so well with laundry, and any fruit in general plays so well with laundry, in my opinion. I really, really like this. This was strong. This is great for spring. It's great for summer. It's great for the middle of winter like we are in right now, where it's cold outside for the most part. Or, you know, we're having a little bit of a warm up here, and I think even in the east it was in the 60s. But this is such a good scent for fruity laundry lovers. So good. I have a lot here. I didn't realize how many favorites I have, but I melt a lot of wax, and I have a lot of wax that I have used up this past year, and I just have to give these their moment. Surfside Sweet Shop Teddy Bees. Birthday cake, marshmallow cream, butter cookies, cake batter, and beach treats. This is a fantastic beach treats or beach nights bakery. It's creamy, it's comforting, it has that beach nights yumminess to it. If you're a beach nights fan, you would like this. I think it's offered pretty regularly because this is one of her best sellers. Her cake, her birthday cake oil, and her butter cookies and her cake batter oil, they're so high quality. These are just fantastic. I love Teddy Bees. Teddy Bees is one of my favorite vendors. So good. Speaking of Teddy Bees, we have Cottontails. This is another fruity one. This is juicy Hawaiian punch blended with lavender and laundry. And I'll tell you, when I first bought Teddy Bees, this was in the very first pre-order that I bought, which was about a year ago, poured on January 8th, 2022. So when I melted this souffle, I basically just got Hawaiian punch with maybe just a touch of laundry. But I would buy this again because it is one of the best fruity smells I have smelled. It's so good. Warp Zone Rose Girls. Now, why I have this in here, it's fantastic peppermint bakery. This is Monster Cookie Fluff Puffs, peppermint, and vanilla crunch donuts. This is so good. I have another bag of this. I might even have 2 bags of this. If you like peppermint bakery, this is one of the best ones I've smelled. So good. And another Rose Girls Almond Biscotti Monster Cookies. Almond again. Her oil, I don't know how many oils is in here. I mean, I know Monster Cookies has a few oils in it, but the almond biscotti, I love biscotti. Biscotti are little Italian cookies that a lot of people dip in coffee or hot chocolate. They're fantastic. Almond, can't say enough about almond. I love almond bakery. So this one, when it comes back, I will buy more of it because I haven't seen it very often. My last Rose Girls scent is Bodacious Bowser. This is, I think it's a hidden gem, and I think it's very underrated. This is Dunk My Donut, Monster Cookie, Waffle Cone, and Green Apple. I love this. It's buttery, it's creamy, it's got that extra surprise of a little bit of green apple, and it has the glazy cinnamon quality from that Dunk My Donut. This is so good. If anybody wants to get rid of this, send it on my way because I'll take it. I love it. It's so good. My last L3 scent is Pumpkin Pecan Waffles Vanilla Butter Fudge Espresso. This is one of the most creamiest, perfect coffee scents I have smelled. It has a great balance. That vanilla butter fudge just gives a layer of depth and richness because it's not chocolate fudge, of course, it's vanilla fudge, but it's so rich, it's creamy, it's got a little bit of saltiness to it to my nose. And you have the pumpkin pecan waffles that just, this is perfect. When I smelled this, I about screamed, and I have this in multiple forms now. I love this. It's so good. I hope that never goes away. Crimson Leaves from Mainstays. This is oak, red berries, and fall leaves. This is $1 something at Walmart. This is such a good oak berry scent. It's perfect for fall. It just gets you in that fall feels without being pumpkin. I would buy that if that comes back. And my last scent, my melts of the year for 2022, is Oasis Desert from Sassy Girl. This is Arabian jasmine, fills the air to greet freshly ground cloves and warm white sandalwood. This is one of the most complex, beautiful scents I have smelled. This is a resort line, but I don't remember what resort this represents. But you know, these are hard to describe, but this one here, it's kind of like life. It's complicated. It's hard to describe. It's beautiful at the same time, and it just is something that you want to keep doing over and over again. So that's my video. Those are my favorite melts of 2022. So I'm going to be doing this series throughout the year, every month, my favorite melts of the month. And then from those videos, I'm going to take, because I'll keep my favorite ones of the month, and then those ones will make it to the end of the year when I do my melts of the year. So hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon. Have a good evening.